All right, let's talk about something that gets pretty much all of us, worry. You know, that constant hum in the back of your mind? Well, what if I told you that letting go of it, really letting go, is the secret to a much smoother, more powerful life? Let's dive in and see how.
This right here, this idea is the foundation for everything we're about to unpack. Just think about that for a second. We spend so much of our precious mental energy getting ready for a future that most of the time never even shows up. And that, my friends, is the great deception of worry.
So, to really get a handle on this, we first need to understand what worry actually is, because it has this really clever way of pretending it's something useful. So, let's pull back the curtain and unmask this habit.
Seeing it this way is so important. Worry isn't just a feeling. It's like a faulty instinct. It tricks you, right? It makes you think, oh, I'm being so responsible, I'm being so prepared. But what are you really doing? You're just lying awake at night, playing out disaster movies in your head.
And this comparison just lays it all out so perfectly. On one side, you've got what worry feels like, this productive, protective thing. But then you look at what it actually is, and it's the total opposite. It doesn't prepare you, it paralyzes you. It doesn't give you control, it just leaves you completely and utterly drained.
And that leads us straight into this idea of the illusion of control. Because that little hit of safety that worry seems to give you, well, it comes at a very, very high price.
This is the loop, the cycle we all get stuck in. It starts with us trying to solve problems that don't even exist outside of our own heads. Then, we build these incredibly detailed disaster scenarios, and the result? Our nervous system is just stuck in fight or flight mode, totally draining our batteries, even when there's no actual danger.
And that is the absolute heart of the illusion right there. It gives you the feeling that you're taking action, that you're planning. But in reality, you're just spinning your wheels, going nowhere fast, all while real life is happening right in front of you.
So here's what really hits home. The cost isn't just wasted energy. It's bigger than that. While you're lost inside your head obsessing about what-ifs, you're missing out on the now. You miss the quiet moments of peace, the genuine connections with people. All of it is just passing you by.
Okay, now we get to the real turning point. We're going to look at a super simple but incredibly profound mental shift. And it all boils down to one single question that can help you flip the switch from fear to trust.
I mean, this is our default setting, isn't it? Our brains are literally wired to scan for danger. So they just keep asking this one question over and over and over. And it feels like we're just being smart, being prepared. But it's a habit that keeps us completely stuck.
It's a total trap. Why? Because it forces you to live in a future that's built completely out of fear. You're rehearsing for a disaster instead of actually living your life. This question changes everything. It doesn't pretend that things won't go wrong. They might. Instead, it shifts the focus away from the outcome and onto your own resilience. It asks a much more powerful question. What if you can handle it no matter what happens?
And that's exactly how we build real self-trust. It's not by having a perfect, problem-free life. It's by realizing, time and again, that you can face challenges and you won't fall apart. You learn that you can handle uncertainty without losing yourself. You learn to respond instead of just reacting.
So if the alternative to a life run by worry isn't just, well, not worrying, then what is it? It's a state of being we can call presence. Let's take a look at what that actually means.
And here's the difference in a nutshell. Worry just scatters your energy all over the place on a million different what-ifs. But presence, it focuses all that energy right here on what is. You stop trying to predict and control every little thing, and instead, you start to trust that you can handle whatever comes your way.
And when you make this shift, you stop letting your mind tell you scary bedtime stories about every unknown situation. You just start handling things as they are, not as you feared they might be. And you know what happens then? Your decisions get so much clearer because your mind isn't all fogged up with imagined disasters.
When you really start living from this place of presence, something incredible happens. Your entire energy starts to shift, and you just interact with life in a totally different way. Let's look at what that feels like.
And these are the real, tangible results. Your conversations just feel lighter. Your decisions feel cleaner, clearer, because your intuition isn't being drowned out by noise. You might even find you move a little slower, but with way more focus. And mistakes, they stop feeling like the end of the world and start feeling like lessons.
Oh, I love this idea.
We're so used to thinking that a busy, noisy mind is a productive mind. But true strength is found in a quiet mind. It's not weak or passive. It's a mind that has found peace because it has finally stopped fighting imaginary battles with itself.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The change is inside you. The world doesn't magically get easier. You don't suddenly have zero problems. You just stop adding all that extra weight, all the stories, all the drama, and that makes all the difference in the world.
Which brings us to our final thought. Worry makes you a character in a scary story that your mind is writing. But presence reminds you that you can pick up the pen at any moment and change the narrative. So, I'll leave you with this. Which one are you? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.